Hi, Coach.
All righty.
Tom Moore, Buckeye Huddle.
You mentioned yesterday getting analytics, presumably with fourth down decisions and that kind of stuff. Just interested in what goes in, what factors they're taking into that. And when you're looking at those, are the results you're getting from them maybe a little more aggressive than you typically would like to be, or a little more conservative than you'd like to be, or is it kind of about what you normally do?
Yeah, it's pretty much on par with where we've been, and I've got some pretty good feedback on things last year that I felt like we were right where we needed to be, and got some really good feedback from them on that, so that was good. But yeah, I would say with the 2-minute warning, that certainly has changed a little bit. So I thought it'd be a good idea, just to have the weekly reports of what's going on in the NFL, what's going on in college, and have weekly meetings about what's going on out there, and then we have our charts and our plan and that type of thing. So there's a lot that comes with it, because it is fourth down, but it's also when to use timeouts. It's when to go for two. It's all those types of things, and there's a lot that goes with that. So it's been great. It's just another resource for me to just kind of bounce ideas off of and get some information from, and then I share it with some of the guys on the staff as well. So we're prepared for different situations, because just when you think you've seen them all, here comes something new.
Austin Ward, the podcast.
Ryan, you said that during improvement week you guys would maybe reevaluate on kickoff return. You made a decision there? What's the plan moving forward?
No, we got Brandon back there a little bit this week, so we'll look at the film today. We just did some kickoff return. He and JB were both back there, so we'll kind of evaluate it after today and see who we decide to put back there. I think they'll probably both still return kicks, but who takes the first one will probably decide here tomorrow.
Could Brandon do both?
Yes, I think he can. Yeah.
Cameron T. Robinson, The Athletic.
Ryan, yesterday Will talked about how much Seth helps him in calling out pressures and things on the line. How have you seen their relationship and their partnership on the field grow and stay both out here?
Yeah, it started in recruiting when we were at dinner. They hit it off. Parents hit it off, and played against each other. I think maybe it was in the Sugar Bowl when Kansas State played Alabama, and they just instantly had a good relationship. And then once they got here, they spent a lot of time together in the meeting room, looking at protections, talking about the cadence, the snaps, all those types of things. And so they're both very intelligent guys, and communicate both really well. So it certainly helps to have a presence up front and at the quarterback position to both have command like that, and that's going to be important, especially as we start heading into these bigger games, and start to see different adjustments that have to be made in game. So but no, they're now I feel like they've been here for a while. They're not newcomers anymore. They're veterans.
Dan Hope, Lebanon Warriors.
Ryan, you had said going into the last, or after the last game, that you felt like the week of practice really was what you guys needed to play at that level. Are you guys seeing the same kind of practice intensity this week?
Yeah, I would say so. It wasn't all perfect. Yesterday was a dynamite practice. Today was hot, and we grind through it. I mean, some guys really pushed through it. Today was a hard practice, but it wasn't all perfect. But we put another brick in the foundation, and we feel like, our guys, we'll get on the film and figure it out. But if we keep pushing and keep challenging each other, and, one of the biggest things, when you're trying to chase something special is, you have to challenge each other, and you have to be truthful. And sometimes love doesn't always feel like love when you're challenging each other. And, you got to do it, though. And, you have to have that approach that, like, I love you so much now that, you're not going to be hurting in the future. That I'm, just going to open up my heart and just push you and feel like you have open conversation back and forth, and I think that's what it is. And if it's not good enough, we got to call it out for what it is, and when it is, we got to celebrate those moments as well. So all things that we're talking about this week, but I think, overall the intensity was good today. Today was a hot day. I don't know what the temperature was out there, but it was a good day for us to get on the field and get some work in and push through it. And so now, tonight we got to get our rest. Got to have a good practice tomorrow, and then noon will come fast.
Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
You talked about earlier in the preseason about the punter competition, sort of that being close, and then Joe getting the start. Is that still the plan going to be going forward?
It is right now, but we're looking to get those other guys some reps when we can, and see what they can do. They've done a good job in practice. Again, we'll see how they kick tomorrow, but I'd like to continue to work some of those guys in the game and kind of see what they do, because they have kicked well in practice. Joey's done a good job too there, so we'll keep working through that and see what it looks like as we head into the next couple games.
Tim May, Letterman Row.
Yeah. By the way, Donovan Jacks is going to play, right?
He is.
Right. Are you eager to see how maybe what y'all maybe saw as your number one line totally together for the first time in a game? I mean, how does that play out in your mind as far as what you expect from it?
I think there's a little bit of confidence being built there, coming off of last game, and then getting Donnie in there is just another piece of that confidence and just solidifying it in there. I thought the offensive line had one of their better practices on Tuesday. We'll look at the film coming off of today, but we got to keep building that confidence and that finish down the field. That's what we can be. We're an athletic group up there. So yeah, I think having him in there gives everybody a lot of confidence.
Plus, he's a leader, right? I mean, on top of that,
a leader, experienced, communicates well, and a very good player. To me, best guard in the country. So, for Seth and for Josh on both sides of him, it's just here's a guy that's been through it before. I do think Austin played well when he was in there, but this is a guy who's played a lot of football and one of the best in the game.
Tony Girdman, Buckeye Huddle.
Did you see Charlie Huff or Marshall coach talking about your players wanting them to transfer to?
Yeah. Somebody sent that, and I thought, first of all, I have a lot of respect for him. I think he's very thorough in his approach. I think he does a really good job in communicating. Runs a really good program, and got a lot of respect for him. But I thought the way he handled that was great. And sometimes us coaches, we take ourselves too seriously, and I just thought that he was having a great moment there. And but listen, those guys are going to come here to play, and he's going to get those guys ready. And I know that for a fact. They're a good team, and he's a good coach and a good staff, and good players, and they got a lot, to come in here and prove. Every day you have an opportunity to prove somebody right and prove somebody wrong, and they're going to come in the same way. So, we got to be ready for that.
Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Right. The last time you had a quarterback that was close to age was obviously JT, your first quarterback here. When you have a guy who's been through it like that, where does that show up the most? A guy who's been through it, and you're getting a chance to give him that when he's in year 5.
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say usually when you have somebody like that, a bad play comes and goes, and you learn. It doesn't, start to compile. You have a play and then you kind of move on from it. Or sometimes a young guy can get unraveled quick. And then overall command and confidence, I would say.
Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Brian, did you seek and did you get an answer from the Big Ten about the targeting penalty on Denzel?
Yeah, I did. I don't think I'm at liberty to speak about that. I don't want to get myself jammed up. But yeah, we asked those questions, and I know there's a lot of conversation around that right now, just in general. And so we'll keep teaching our guys, to do things the right way. But I can promise there's nobody on our team that's looking to lead with their head when they tackle.
And final question, Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
Ryan, we talked a lot about the guard depth and Austin being able to step in wherever you guys need it, but how do you feel about tackle depth right now? We haven't really asked you much about that at all in the last few weeks.
Yeah, George and Zen, are putting in good days. They're getting reps. I'd like to see them get some, more quality time. They did get some play in the last game, and again, that'll be important as well. So yeah, we got to keep pushing those guys and getting them reps. I mean, they are going against really good players every day in practice, and it gives us a good opportunity to evaluate them there. And they got to keep coming too. We got to keep challenging them, and we need that.
Great, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.